Today's show is a conversation, or I should say a friendly debate. It all started with my team. We always discuss things and we kind of go back and forth. And I actually never know where these young producers I have are going to take me. Recently, to my surprise, we got into a debate over cilantro. Cilantro. I know, that's what I said. Take a look at what happened in our work Zoom meeting. I didn't know people had beef, no pun intended, with cilantro. Okay, who likes cilantro? Raise your hand. What? Okay, so two outliers. Greg does. I like cilantro. John, you don't like cilantro?
I despise it.
You despise. That's a very aggressive word. You despise. What does cilantro ever do to you?
So my family had a taco night last night. We had a bowl of cilantro also on the side.
You had a whole bowl just for cilantro?
As a garnish.
For the people who said that they didn't like cilantro, does it actually taste like soap?
Leave it to Cassandra to get to the bottom of this. Does it taste like soap?
Absolutely. Cilantro tastes like soap and it ruins every dish it's a part of.
Jason, how do you know what soap tastes like?
That's a deeper therapy question for another Tamron Hall show. Thank you very much. Cilantro. I mean, really? Okay, so here's the deal. It made us realize in today's divisive world, we're all united in taking a stance, and the place we go the most to voice our opinions, social media. It's become the town square. Millions of people debate things all the time. This morning, I saw a video. This guy posted a day in his life. He posted it on TikTok, what he calls his average man middle-class life. He gets up, walks the dog, he goes to work, he gets, fast food, he comes back home. People went in on this guy's average life. Some people called it like miserable because he had I know, one person said, wow, this is the emptiest life without any real purpose I've seen in a long time. Another person said, but I love it, some defended him. They said, listen, he's got a good job, 3 meals a day, nice house and a dog. Why sad? I thought so too. So, I thought he was winning because he ended his day at Whataburger, which is a Texas burger chain that I love. I was like, he's winning. So all hour long, we're going to dive into debates that are firing up on social medias and find out what you think. The window shade on an airplane. Is it okay to throw dog poop in your neighbor's trash can? Oh, I did that. We'll be finding out where our studio audience stands on these disputes. Everybody in our audience got a card, yes or no, chiming in on these debates. We're going to have them on social media as well. We also have two special debate referees in the house, Nick Layton and Nia Bonema. They tackle modern-day etiquette matters as a host of a weekly podcast, Were You Raised by Wolves? I love the name of your podcast. Take a look. Oh, well, okay. Their podcast is Were You Raised by Wolves? Let's take a look.
Hey, everybody. It's Nick Layton.
And I'm Leah Bonema.
And our show is called Were You Raised by Wolves?
And it's all about realizing that other people exist.
Oh, yes, this is true. So we get a lot of great questions from you all in the wilderness, such as this. My son has a girlfriend who comes over not wearing a bra. While this did give pause the first time she came over, I hadn't really thought it was too much of a concern until my husband mentioned wanting to address the issue after the next few visits.
85.
Is there a polite way to ask someone to wear a bra? No.
I love them so much, Nick and Leah. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be checking in with them. They're our referees. So let's get into our first debate. It's a new dating trend that stopped me in my tracks when I first heard about it. Some men are asking women for a refund after a bad date. It's the sort of thing you might hear about but never believe it's actually happening. Our first guest, it happened to them. Alex Blunt from Virginia, Victoria Chua from New York have both been on dates that ended up with refund requests. Here's a TikTok Victoria posted after it happened to her. Take a look.
When the bill came for dinner, he fully card down, didn't even ask, was just like, here you go. He messages me again and says, hey, I can tell we're probably not going to have a second date. Could you Venmo me for dinner then, if we're not going to go on a second date?
I'm shooken. Please welcome Alex and Victoria to the Tam fam. Okay, here we go. Victoria, the guy slid into your DMs on Instagram. Is that how you...
Oh, it's a little bit crazier than that. So I was interning for my company over the summer. I'm a software engineer. And in Times Square, they have a billboard, and they'll put each of their interns up for 10 seconds. He messages me that he saw me on the billboard. So they don't put your last name. So he must have saw me on the billboard, looked me up through all the Victorias online.
So he hunted to find out who you were.
He hunted me down, then looked me up on Instagram, messaged me, said, I saw you on this billboard.
Okay.
I'd love to take you out, which should have been my first red flag. But
I mean, it's a modern way that people meet sometimes. Okay.
Right.
But you go on the date.
Yes.
What went wrong from your point of view? You just didn't have chemistry?
First of all, there wasn't chemistry.
Yeah.
Second of all, he was spending the whole date talking about himself, not asking me any questions, and just talking about how much money he's making.
Okay, which brings us to the money question. After the date was over, he sent you a digital refund request for $15.
Yes. Yep.
Could you, I'm stunned, but your date asked you for $15. Alex had a similar situation. He asked you for $85.
Yes. Yep.
We have Alex's tape. Take a look.
Oh my God, corny, lame, boo, tomato, 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 I'm throwing tomatoes.
I love it. Okay.
Terrible. Terrible.
That's crazy. All right, so we have the text message between you and the guy. He said, I don't even want to argue, so you could just send me your half of the bill for the date since you had such a bad time and you'll never hear from me again. He asked for Apple Pay or Cash App is cool. And you wrote back, you're giving clown energy.
Yes, very much
all right,
so.
take it out. All right, so, first of all, did either of you pay the digital bill?
Absolutely not. No.
Had you ever heard of anyone doing this?
No. So I do know that some women will split on the first date if they don't know the guy, depending on the situation. But certainly not in these situations.
Right, you want a refund.
Yes.
Yeah. And why did he only want $15 from you? Did you go to coffee or something?
Oh, I know. Okay. I didn't get drinks at dinner or anything.
All right, Leah and Nick shaking their head. Nick is shaking his head. No. Leah, what is this thing that they're doing here?
I think that's wild. I think that if you expect something from your date or another date or something afterwards, then you're not looking for a date, you're looking for another kind of service.
Oh, Leah went deep on him. Okay, so the audience, I already know which way this is going. Our audience, you have signs that say yes or no. Do you think it is a good idea to pay back a refund if the date goes bad? Oh, not one single yes in the house. Listen, dating is risky. You go in at your own risk and just, God bless those guys because they're not getting $1 from the two of them. So thank you. You're amazing. Are you still dating?
Yes.
Okay. Do you stay at the beginning of the date? I'm not paying you back. Have you put no lines in the sand yet?
Maybe I need to now.
Okay. I think there should be a disclaimer like at the end of the card. When you buy the card, it says title and license. You're like, you will not be getting any money back on this date. Well, keep dating. You're both beautiful. We love you.